filming YouTube videos, supposedly you're supposed to like be quick and concise and do a bunch of flash edits and close-ups and zoom outs and all the things I'm not good at, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to make a guitar. This is the first video on the channel, the Hescott Project. Now, I've gotten some work done on this. I've never built a guitar before, ever, and I'm going to try this. Chances are it's going to get ruined, but that's okay. This is going to be a Telecaster style guitar. I've chambered it, which is basically alleviating some weight. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about doing this at all, but this is what I did. I am going to glue 2 pieces of walnut to the front and back because I think that's going to look good. Oh, could be miserable. And this is basically just an ash blank. Normally, 1 3/4 inches is what you're supposed to go. I went thinner because I'm doing a front and back veneer of walnut, so I went a little thinner. I'll get you those measurements, you know, sometime. I don't know, this is a terrible idea probably, but onward and upward, as they say. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're all friends here. I'm just right out of the gate gonna let you guys in on a little secret. If you're a friend or a family member, you guys already know this about me. If I'm in the shop, chances are I'm not thinking about woodworking. And if you know me super well, you know that I'm probably thinking about a fun fact or a piece of trivia or some type of a knowledge from pop culture era, 70s and 80s music, movies, all that good stuff. Today, I'm thinking about background singers or backup singers for famous songs that you might not have even known. 70s and 80s music, you had the big hair, you had the tight pants, all that good stuff. Sometimes you had lead singers that were overshadowed by their background singers. Take, for instance, Carly Simon, You're So Vain. You guys all know that song. Who's it about? Is it about Warren Beatty? Is it about your crazy Uncle Todd, your neighbor's cat? Did you even notice that it's Mick Jagger singing backup vocals on the chorus of You're So Vain? Just walked in, ripped off some awesome harmonies, and then walked out. You had Don Henley and Glenn Frey of the Eagles, huge band, backing up Bob Seger on the song Fire Lake. Yeah, that's them. That's their sweet harmonies during the chorus of Fire Lake. You had Michael McDonald, pretty much all over the place in the 80s, a yacht rock icon, singing backup for Christopher Cross. Kenny Loggins, chances are if there was a piano, he was singing on that sucker. All right, back to scheduled programming. All right. Let's see how this went. You know, I make furniture, so doing a glue up isn't that big of a deal, but since it's from my first guitar, you know, things could go wrong. I don't know what exactly could go wrong. I use these cawls. Should work just fine. I don't know. It's just glue. It's just wood. This should just stick to this. And it should have no gaps, and not seen any. I think we did pretty good. I don't know if you can see. Looks like it's pretty gap-free. So next thing I have to do is trim the wood to make that guitar shape. I think it's gonna look pretty good. Then I gotta apply the other veneer that I have sitting under these weights and everything to keep it flat onto the other side of this. And I gotta make a little a copy so I know what's going on. I'll take a picture, make a copy, I'll take some measurements. You know, I'll do the thing. It's almost like I've used glue before. I have. Oh, now that we know that glue is all set up and looks good, before I glue the back on here, I don't know, again, what I'm doing, but I should probably, I'm gonna take a picture. I could take some measurements. I'm gonna do like the whole like scribble on like how you put these as a kid. I don't know if you ever did this. Go to like an old grave, put on a gravestone, you know, chalk, whatever you got. Then you can see the writing. I'm gonna do that on this so I can have like a little template basically of what this guitar looks like. We're just gonna use, you know, pencil. Hold it down and scribble, I guess. I don't know, let's see. While I scribble like a maniac, in my mind, of course, still drifts back to the background singers. This is crazy. I got thinking more about those background singers. I mean, half of the hits from the 70s and 80s had like sleeper legends just tucked in behind the main act, like the seasoning basically in a good chili. You didn't always notice him, but without him, it's just meat and beans, right? You had Phil Collins. He basically was just started as a backup guy with Genesis before he even picked up the mic and was like, can I sing or can I not sing? Let's give this a whirl. Whitney Houston, she sang backup for Shaka Khan on I'm Every Woman. Pretty dang cool. She was like the voice and it was trained by somebody else. That's like saying, Tom Brady was trained by your backup. Somehow my brain wanders from that to why were the Thundercats such a good cartoon in the 80s? It's crazy to me. It didn't have to go like that hard, but it did. You had cats from space, a sword that lights up. You had villains that looked like haunted gym socks. Somehow it had lore, it had depth, it had an awesome theme song. Crazy. Honestly, the same rules applied, just like those backup singers. Not always center stage, but absolutely holding the whole thing together. Anyway, I don't know. Back to work before I start ranking the 80s cartoon villains. I'm not even sure Cobra Commander is in my top 3. Yeah, we'll see. Moving on. This looks pretty dang good though, doesn't it? Holy cow. That is nice. Okay, it is a different day in the shop. I think routing out the cavities for the pickups. That's the thought process. You guys know this is the body of my guitar here. What I want to do is use this template that looks like something that Wonder Woman would be flying around in. Oh, everybody can see her. She knows that, right? Everybody can see her, but still one of my favorite superheroes. I'm going to put this on the template, locate it where I need it to go, and I'm going to route out this pocket that's right here. And then I don't think I'm going to use this particular pocket up at the top. I'm going to try to do the humbucker. I don't know exactly the differences between pickups yet. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know, but I know that I've heard a lot of guitar players reference humbuckers and that they give a nice sound. I don't know. So I'm gonna do that, and I think we can locate that once I stick everything down here with double-sided tape. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in this area for the bridge, and then I can use an 1/8 inch. See if we can get a little focus. I'm going to use an 1/8 inch drill bit to locate the template on top of the other template, and then magically I'm going to be able to do everything I need to do. I don't know. It could, this could work. It could not work, but I'm going to give it my all. Anywho, let's go ahead and get started. Basically marking where those pockets are for the pickups, and then I'm going to hog out most of the material using the drill press, and then I'm going to come back with a router, clean everything up, make it look pretty, and hopefully it's in the right spot. Evidently putting center lines on everything is very important from what I've heard, and keeping that same center line throughout your build, also important. Oh, let's hope I can do it. All right, let's go do the other stuff. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Wrapping things up. I've been sanding, I've been shaping, I've been fitting things together. But guess what? That's what this video has all been about. The background singers, the cartoons, the details. Small parts that don't always steal the spotlight. But man, you sure miss them when they're gone. Toto's Africa, everyone hears that iconic chorus. We all know it. Floating behind it though, Michael frickin' McDonald again. Guy was like a background vocal ninja with a cape. Why not? With a cape. Smooth as butter. He showed up, sang 2 syllables. Suddenly the whole track got 80% cooler. He didn't even need to shout. He just had to be there. Cher, before she was headlining arenas in a bedazzled catsuit, she was singing backup for the Ronettes. Same voice. She was just tucked behind the lead waiting for her moment, which of course she got. Sheryl Crow. We all know her for songs that they play in dentist offices in the grocery store. Before that, she was singing backup for Michael Jackson, out there behind the King of Pop, belting out background vocals. I don't know. All that got me thinking again about the Thundercats. I don't know why, but that show had no business being as cool as it was. Cats from space, right? Fighting a mummy, driving tanks through a jungle. Had the whole neighborhood full of kids yelling, "Ho!" at full volume. Somehow it worked. I think I figured out why though. It wasn't just the action, it was the world building, the vibe, the details, the background characters, the ones who only got 2 lines an episode, made that world feel alive. It wasn't just about Lion-O waving around a glow stick sword yelling, "Sight beyond sight." It was the stuff behind that, the pacing, the music, the little moments. It's the same deal here. You don't build a great guitar by rushing to the flashy parts. You take your time. You do the boring bits right. You level the neck. You shape the heel. You stare at one spot on the body for 45 minutes trying to decide if it feels right. You don't rush it. Because all those little pieces, that's what makes the solo sing. So yeah, this was a weird detour through backup singers, cartoon cats, and soft rock trivia, but it turns out it all connects. Everything awesome is built on a whole lot of stuff you don't always see. All right, brain break over. Let's get back to work. Man, I hope this thing works out because it's looking so cool. Okay, sorry, one more thing. I just have to do it before we get back to this build, and then we're really moving on. If Michael McDonald ever does show up to sing backup on this guitar build, I'm done. I'll just pack it up. I'll hang a mission accomplished sign right here in the shop. Actually, could I get him to do like a voicemail greeting on my phone? Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter. Peak achieved. Point is, whether it's background singer, a cartoon side character, or one good, clean fret level, this stuff matters. All right, now we're moving on for sure. I promise. Okay, so that went pretty darn good for the pockets for the pickups. Yeah, it's a lot of P words. We did the neck pickup and we did the bridge pickup here, and they're just a standard Tele neck pickup right now. I wanted to do a humbucker, but somebody said that for your first build, maybe just stick with kind of the traditional pickups, and I think that's the right call. Did not do the neck pocket yet. I got to do that on the next video, along with some cleanup, some sanding, yada, yada, yada. We're going to do some more stuff with the neck. I do have the truss rod groove already in there, and that's kind of fit, but I haven't done anything else with the neck. We're going to go over some of that, I think, in the next video. And I picked up a different material for the fretboard that I was gonna do something else, and I switched everything up because I found a cool piece of material that I think goes with this walnut, this figured walnut, a little bit better. Anyway, I'll cover that. I'll cover that in the next video. Let's keep these short and sweet. Maybe like, comment, subscribe, shoot me a comment down the bottom saying, what I'm doing right. Go ahead and tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I don't know what I don't know. And if you have more knowledge than I have, which probably more than likely you do, throw it down there. Say, Josh, you screwed this up, or you're gonna run into some issues here. But all I know is I gotta keep that darn center line for sure and make sure that everything lines up. Super, super important. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I should probably do something fun. I got nothing. I just fade to black. Thanks for watching.